So hello and welcome to Bookmas. What better video to do today than a December TBR? And of course, because it is December, December is Christmas time, and of course this is Bookmas. So I decided that we would be doing a mystery TBR and we will be unwrapping my TBR as if they're Christmas presents. Because honestly, just the sight of seeing wrapped up books makes me so happy and so excited for Christmas, because I just love unwrapping books, especially when you see a present under the tree and you can just tell that it is a book. There is nothing like that joy. I wrapped up 12 books for my TBR, one from every day of Bookmas, of course, and so I will be picking out 6 of them with a random number generator, and those 6 will be my TBR for the month of December. So yeah, I thought this was just a fun spin on a regular TBR video, because for one, I have no idea. Like, I know what books I chose, of course. I tried to choose books that are higher on my priority list of TBR books. Also ones that I'm more interested in reading. And so I do have a vague idea of what these 12 books are, but I can't remember which one is which, because I wrapped them up a few days ago and I wrote the numbers on them. So yeah, we random. And also, I don't get to choose, so it's kind of like, however the cards fall. If this is the one that I pick out, it's the one that I have to read. So yeah, I thought this would be interesting and a fun new Christmassy way to do a TBR. Get yourself a nice warm Christmassy cinnamon hot chocolate and let's get right on into this video. Here I have a wheel that goes from 1 to 12, so I will spin this and then whichever number I get will be the present, and we will unwrap it together. It'll be a mystery, you guys know as much as I do, and then we'll see what book it is. So the first number is number 1, so at least that's easy. Number 1 is right on top, it's just here. So from the side, this is the big book. There are 3 large size books on it, so I know it's one of the 3, but I don't know which one. So let's unwrap it. When we do Christmas in my house, we go round, so like one person unwraps a present and then the person next to them wraps a present, and you go round, and whoever is after me just hates me. Like, everyone just hates me, because I always unwrap my presents with, like, I don't rip them open, I peel off the sellotape, and so that way like the wrapping paper is like perfectly preserved, because I'm just annoying like that. And so whoever's after me just literally hates me and just wants me to hurry up because they want to open their presents. Okay, the first book is Calabasas by R.F. Kuang. I am actually very happy that I pulled this. I was hoping I would pull this. I really wanted to read this. As you guys know, I almost read this last month. It was a potential TBR pick. I did not. Honestly, I'm looking forward to reading this. So, let me read the back. Grad student Alice Law has only ever had one goal: to become the brightest mind in the field of analytic magic. But the only person who can make her dream come true is dead, and inconveniently, in hell. And Alice, along with her biggest rival, Peter Murdoch, is going after him. But hell is not as the philosophers claim. Its rules are upside down, and if she's going to get out of there alive, she and Peter will have to work together. That is, if they can agree on anything. Will they triumph, or kill each other trying? This sounds interesting. For one, it's just a gorgeous book. It's not the original cover, I don't think, but I think this cover is so pretty. I just think it's lovely, and I love R.F. Kuang's book, so I think it's really good that I'm finishing off, like, last month in the year I'll be reading another one of her books, so I would have read 3 of her books. I'm very happy that by the end of the year I will have read all of her standalone. Well, honestly, I discovered a new favourite author in R.F. Kuang this year, and so I'm very happy that I'm finishing off the year with R.F. Kuang. So there we go, book 1 is Calabasas by R.F. Kuang. On to the next one. Okay, so it's not focusing, but 8. Number is 8, you guys probably... Number 8. Okay, so just realised the way that I wrote the numbers is really not the most logical to how that I've laid them out. 8. Number 8. Okay, put my little Elton, my little Fred. Oh, my frog Fred. Put them back, there we go. Okay, so let's see what this one. So this is a small one. There are at least 8 small books that this could be. I cannot remember all the ones that I put on there. I did try and prioritize either standalones or continuation of series, because it is the end of the year, so I'd like to finish the year having gotten as many series out of the way or standalone books off my TBR. I didn't want to start any new series or trilogies or anything before the new year, because I just like to finish the new year with a sense of accomplishment of having, like, checked things off the list. So standalone books that are on my TBR that I can read, and then completing trilogies or series that I have started but not finished. Well, it's probably going to be a sad month of December because the second book that I have unwrapped here is You've Reached Sam by Dustin Tao. So I haven't had this book for ages, but it seems so interesting and also so sad. So it's good to know that like the month of December won't be without tears. That's reassuring. But let me read the back and then we can talk. 17-year-old Julie Clark has her future all planned out. Move out of a small town with her boyfriend Sam, attend college in the city, spend a summer in Japan. But then Sam dies, and everything changes. Heartbroken and desperate to hear him one more time, Julie calls Sam's phone just to listen to his voicemail recording, and Sam picks up the phone. The connection is temporary, but hearing Sam's voice makes Julie fall for him all over again, and with each call, it becomes harder to let him go. What would you do if you had a second chance at goodbye? See, this sounds so interesting and so sad, but I love me some tragedy. But also the cover is gorgeous. I mean, can we talk about this? This is beautiful. This is like art. There are some covers that are book covers and they're lovely, and there are some that are art. This is art. But yeah, so this book, I've been wanting to read it because sometimes, you know, you're just craving a book that you know is going to make you sad because you just want to get in your feels and stuff. This is that book, and it's not that big, which is good because it will counteract the huge book that is Calabasas. I'm very happy I picked that book. So far the two books I've got, very happy with. So yeah, book 2, You've Reached Sam by Dustin Tao. Okay, let's spin this again. And number 6. I like I just saw it. There we go. Number 6. Rip the wrapping paper a little bit there. That was not my intention. Book 3 is A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Camera. This one is technically the end of a book, as you know, because I pulled this in my November TBR. I mentioned it in my book series I have not finished video. Basically, this book is just always cropping up. It finds a way into every video. So I have read most of this. I've only got this much left. So honestly, reading this will be a really good accomplishment for the end of the year, and I will probably also read the third book in the trilogy to complete that trilogy and end the year on a positive note. But yeah, because this I've only got, so I've got about 140 pages left, so I could read that very quickly, and so that would let me time to read the next book in the trilogy, and yeah, that would feel good, honestly. Well, this is actually really perfect. The first book, the land is like trapped in an eternal winter, and I think in this book, I can't remember if they get out of that by the second book or if they're still stuck in the winter in this book, but either way, what better book to read in December than when they're in land stuck in eternal winter. This is like fate. This is fate. But yeah, so the third book that I'm going to be reading is A Heart So Fierce and Broken, book 2 in the Cursebreaker trilogy by Bridget Camera. Okay, so that is 3 books. We are halfway. Let us spin another time. And that is number 7. Okay, so is this a 7? No, it's a 4. 7. So ignore the fact that this is Easter wrapping. I do not actually have wrapping paper. I just have a sorted wrapping paper from like over the years. So yes, this is Easter wrapping, but ignore it. It's shiny and silvery, so there we go. Okay, so I do know what this one is. Wait, do I? Yes, I do know what this one is because it's a small paperback. Like, it's smaller than your regular paperback, and I only had one book in here that was smaller than regular paperback. So unfortunately, this will not be a surprise when I unwrap it. I should have made the wrapping look like it was a full-size paperback. That's on me. That's on me. It's hard to unwrap, like meticulously unwrapped wrapping paper when you have no nails. But yeah, so the fourth book is Equal Rights by Terry Pratchett. So I put this in the TBR because it's a quick book, and in December I'm going to be quite busy, well, with like family, Christmas, Bookmas, so I wanted at least the chance to pull an easy book. But also because I just know that I would never reach for this book if given the choice. So I was like, if I wrap it up, then I have no choice and I will read it. So yeah, so this book, I didn't buy this, this was a present. Let me read the back and then we can discuss. The last thing the wizard Drumbillet did before death laid a bony hand on his shoulder was to pass on his staff of power to the 8th son of an 8th son. Unfortunately for his colleagues in the chauvinistic, not to say misogynistic world of magic, he failed to check on the newborn baby's sex. I I don't know if this is in a series. It's a Discworld novel. So I think Discworld is like Terry Pratchett. It's like interconnected standalones or something. I'm not actually sure how connected the books in the Discworld series are. This will be a very different type of book than I usually read. It's small for one, but also it was published in 1987, so that makes it one of the older books that I have read. Not oldest, I've read some classics. So this will be interesting, and it's just so nice and small and light. So for example, if I was to go on holiday, it'd be great to bring with me, but also it doesn't feel daunting to read this kind of book. So yeah, book 4 is Equal Rights by Terry Pratchett. Okay, so this is just completely flying by, but let's move on to book 5. So what number is it? Focus. Right, so it's not focusing, but it is number 7 again. We already did number 7. Let's spin again. Right, so it won't focus, but the number is, drumroll, number 2. Yeah, you're not going to see that, but it's number 2. Okay, so, we have another big book. These are all falling over, ignore them. We have another big one. Well, to be fair, we've got 2 kind of short ones, so I feel like another big one, that's fine. We can deal with that. We can make it work. So, well, we've already got 2 books left. I remember one of the big books that I put on here, and I can't remember the third. So either I know what this is, or I have absolutely no idea. I really have a terrible memory. It's like it's actually problematic. Oh my god, and terrible nails. This is... Sometimes the slow method is not the easy method. But much like the turtle, slow and steady wins the race. Well, we ripped one. It was bound to happen eventually. Drum roll, please. A little glimpse. I don't know if you guys recognise from the back. And it's upside down as well, so great. But book 5, we will finally be reading the famous Magnolia Parks. So just to preface, I know that I said I wasn't adding any series on here. I lied. I added 1 because I've just had a craving to read this, and I feel that's justified. I feel like 1 series out of 6 books is good. I can read this at the end. We will then be able to like continue the next year, and I'm fine with that. Also, I feel like the colours, because like red and then like cream and green, very Christmas coded. The choice was out of my hands, okay guys? It was out of my hands. Sorry, a blurb for this, but there's a little thing at the back with the photo, so I'm going to read that. How many loves do you get in a lifetime? She is a beautiful, self-involved and mildly neurotic London socialite. He is Britain's most photographed bad boy who broke her heart. But Magnolia Parks and BJ Ballantyne are meant to be, aren't they? So first off, I just want to say the name BJ. Okay, but I'm sure it's one of those things they'll get past. I am really, really nervous to start these series because I've heard so many mixed opinions. You either love them or you hate them. I know that there is the cheating trope, which I am not a fan of. So honestly, I'm really worried. I am very worried about reading this book series because there is a chance I will not like it and I will get really sad because I really, really want to like it. But yeah, so we will finally be reading the famous Magnolia Parks, which is crazy, but I'm excited. I'm very excited and worried. This is 400 pages of potential heartbreak. So yeah, I will honestly be very intrigued for this. I may do a reading vlog for the Magnolia Park series because I find that could be fun, but we'll see. Honestly, I'm worried. Worried but excited. Apprehensive. I'm apprehensive to start this series. But book 5 is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. Okay, and we are on to our final book. This fun time we've had together is coming to an end. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember what books I've got on here because I'm like, is there one I want to pull in particular? And I cannot like remember. I remember one and I would like to pull that one, but if I don't, then that's okay. I may read it anyway. This is just, TBR is really more of a guidelines than like the law. So let's spin. Drum roll please, it's not focusing. Number 6. This really doesn't want to focus, so yeah, it's number 6. You can't see, but did I pull number 6 already? Okay, so we already pulled number 6. So we're gonna spin again. We're drawing out the suspense. It's not focusing still. Oh my god, number 7 again. This wheel loves 6, 7, 6, 7. Let's spin it again. yeah, we have a new number. Book number 9, which is really just upside down 6. So this wheel is obsessed. And book number 9 is this one right here. Honestly, it's fun opening these books. It really does feel like Christmas because I don't always know what book I'm going to get, so it is generally like I'm opening presents. But not as fun because unfortunately I had to pay for these books and I already own them. But we'll just say it's like a preparation for real Christmas where I will hopefully get books that I didn't have to pay for and that I don't already own. So you guys remember I was like, there's a book that I want to pull, but if I don't, I'm okay with it. But I might read it anyway. We pulled it, honestly, oh my god. That made me really happy. Ugh, this wheel, it might say 6, 7 a lot, but it knows what it's doing. So yeah, so the last book we will be reading, which I'm so excited about, honestly quite possibly the most excited out of all of them, is Throttled by Lauren Asher. So you guys may not know this, but I'm a huge fan of F1. Love the movie so much that I saw it twice in a row, like twice within 1 week. Loved it. Cannot wait for it to come out on like Disney or Apple TV or whatever it's coming out on. Cannot wait for that. But yeah, so I love F1. I then watched the series because I needed to like feel that high again, and then I've started watching every single race. Every Sunday there's a race. You will find me in front of the TV, and I'm so sad that the end of this week is the last race of the season and I'll have to wait till March. But I'm a huge F1 fan, basically. That was like a spiel to say I'm a big fan. And so when I found out that this series was an F1 romance series, I immediately bought it. Immediately. I am really looking forward to this. I am so worried that it won't be great, which will make me so sad. And I obviously know that it won't be real F1 people because they can't do that. It would be fan fiction more than regular fiction. But still, this is an F1 interconnected standalone series. There are 4 books and they're all in the F1 world. So I can't wait. But no, I did also put this one despite it being a series because it's an interconnected standalone series. So I can literally, if I want to, just read the first one, read like 1 each month, spread it out. But no, I am so excited that I've pulled this book. Honestly, that has made my day. So we ended this video on such a high note with book 6 being Throttled by Lauren Asher. Let me read the back for you. Let me read the back before I get too carried away. Maya Alator is the sister of my teammate and my new obsession. Keeping my distance during the Formula 1 season should be easy, except I always find ways to see her. Press tours, pre-race rituals, sponsor events, and black tie galas. The more time we spend together, the stronger my desire grows. Sneaking around with her is one thing, but wanting more, never going to happen. She might be a distraction dressed like a daydream, but no woman is worth risking the championship title over. Or so I thought. Noah Slade is Formula 1 royalty and my brother's biggest rival. When I'm invited to join my sibling while he competes for the World Championship, I promise to avoid Noah at all costs. 21 races, 2 drivers who hate each other, and 1 forbidden attraction I can't ignore. Developing feelings for Noah wasn't part of my plan, but then again, neither was anyone finding out. Turns out the man I was warned about happens to be the one I can't stay away from, even if he breaks my heart once the season comes to an end. So honestly, I'm not usually like a brother's, no, what is it, best friend's brother, best friend's sister? Like, you'll probably never get me to read a romance trope by saying this is the trope. I will read like a fantasy if you tell me like it's an enemies to lovers or an enemies to lovers to enemies, but like I'll probably never be like, oh, this is a brother's best friend, or oh, this is forced proximity, and then be like, yes, I have to read that book. I'm just not really a trope person. I'm more interested in the plot. If you tell me this plot was really interesting or this storyline was really interesting, that would be more intriguing to me than the trope. But this does sound fun. Also, if they're teammates, why do they hate each other? Like, what am I saying? I know F1, you don't have to be friends with your teammate, but I find it really sad when their teammates are friends. But who knows? I'm sure by him dating his sister. I'm gonna get off topic. Either way, I'm so happy I've pulled this book to read. And also, it's red and white, so it's like Christmas themed. Again, it's fate. Book 6 is Throttled by Lauren Asher, an F1 romance. Okay, so here we have the 6 books that I will be reading during the month of December. So we have Calabasas by R.F. Kuang, which is a dark fantasy. We have You've Reached Sam, which will make me very sad. We have A Heart So Fierce and Broken, which is the 2nd book in the Kurzbreger trilogy. We have Equal Rights, which is a book I'm not really sure about. Don't really know what the plot is. We have the one, the only, Magnolia Parks, which I will finally be starting. And then we have Throttled by Lauren Asher, which is an one romance and the one that I'm personally most excited about. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun unwrapping my books and I'm actually really happy with the selection I picked out. I hope you guys are enjoying these Bookmas videos, these little Christmas themed videos, and let me know in the comments what your December TBR is, or what's a book that you really want to get to before the end of the year. So yeah, have a nice day and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!